Good evening and welcome to the Whaler Guys. I'm Jerry Irwin along with Peter Hindle. On that side of the blue line tonight, we're going to do a simulcast. We have Facebook Live for the Whalers Brigade.
Yeah.
We have HPA TV live at 6 o'clock here in Hartford.
That's right.
And we have the Greater Hartford
Hockey Sports blog page. So
Yep.
we're basically going out to Facebook.
Hey, guys.
Out to Facebook at about 8 to 12,000 people there. And then we got HPA TV, which goes out to all of Hartford. It's 121,000 people.
Absolutely.
And this show will also be on Cox Communications Networks, 19 broadcast houses, stations throughout the state. So Enfield, Wethersfield, So, hey, we've got a Whaler movement here, and we're just trying to keep it rolling. So, that's what we're going to do today, and talk some hockey.
We are. And a week from today, the NHL playoffs start. But more importantly, April 4th, 1987, big day for Hartford Whaler fans.
I think we have a photo. Lindsay, let's punch up the first photo as Jerry tells us about what happened.
In 1987, April 4th, our Hartford Whalers
That's right.
became Adams Division champions. They got the title in a 5-3 win against the New York Rangers here in Hartford. Big day.
It was April 4th. And, we're talking about, it's so strange because winning a division now is not like it was 31 years ago. Winning the Adams Division, I mean, you played your division opponents almost all season long. I mean, almost half of your schedule was division opponents that they played each team 8 times. So you've got 8 games against the Canadians, 8 games against the Bruins. So for the Whalers to come out on top, and don't forget, they battled with Montreal most of the late in that season. They were neck and neck and neck and neck. And so 93 points, 43 wins, 30 losses, and 7 ties.
And when you look at it, and we talked about this off camera, Pittsburgh and Columbus right now have 96 points, and you brought up a really good point.
Yeah.
You get a point for losing these days.
You get a point for losing now. That didn't happen back in the Whalers' day,
It's kind of like our entitled children.
Yeah. So, you think about that, 93 points today, if the Whalers got points for those overtime games that they lost or won, you get 2 points if you win in overtime. They could be at 103 points or something along that line. And 43-30, they're 13 games over 500. We talked about Kevin Dineen. I think he said, was it April 4th where he scored his 40th goal?
April 4th, just a rundown of the scoring for that, if you guys would like to know. Period number 1, Hartford scores at 6:54 the first period. Kevin Dineen, his 40th goal of the season.
Yeah.
Assisted by Ferraro and Anderson at 6:54.
Good line.
The next one, power play goal again at 13:11. Turgeon, his 22nd of the year, from Dean Evison and Ron Francis.
Yeah.
The New York goal was at 14:37 of the first. An even strength goal. It was Walker, his first of the year. I guess.
Hey, good for him.
In a losing effort from Gagner and Patrick.
Yeah.
Second period, New York starts the scoring with an even strength goal at 14:19. Caulfield, his first of the year, from McPhee, who is
now
the general manager of the Las Vegas Golden Knights. That's right.
Having a great year.
They are. We have a couple people watching. We want to say hi. Lindsey Grant, who's watching from behind the glass tonight.
Hey, Lindsay.
Hello, Lindsay, and thank you very much for your help every Wednesday night.
Oh, yeah.
Brian Patrick, good evening. Matthew Berry, our social media guru.
Yep.
Nice to see you watching.
There's
Matthew.
a Whaler guy. Yep.
That's right. So back to the scoring. Even strength was Caulfield from McPhee at 14:19. And then it was New York again in the third period. At 2:37, it was Jackson, his 13th from Dion and DeBlois. And then we had 3 Hartford Whaler goals that basically sealed the deal. It was at 4:37, an even strength goal from Turgeon. It was Turgeon's goal, 23rd of the season.
So he had 2 goals that game.
And Dana Merzen with the assist, the big
Merzen.
cowboy from Calgary.
Yeah. He was traded not too long after. Well, you know what? He was probably traded the next year then.
To Calgary.
Yeah, Calgary. I remember
he ended up finishing his career in Calgary.
Yeah.
And currently he runs a cattle business.
Number 4,
beef.
Dana Merzen.
Yep. I have his hockey stick in the Whaler room.
Yeah.
And that's something we'll talk about in a minute.
He's a good player.
Then Hartford, even strength goal at 6:24. Anderson, his 31st from Francis. And then Hartford again, 8:17, even strength goal big number 23, Paul McDermott, with his 7th goal of the season from Francis and Dave Tippett.
Yeah, and you think about that now. The Whalers had a 40-goal scorer with Kevin Dineen, and then they had John Anderson got 31 goals, and then Sylvain Turgeon had another 23, and this is the years when Sylvain Turgeon was actually a decent player, because after this year, he kind of heads south. But, hey, they got Pat Verbeek for him, so all said and done, good deal. But this shows you the scoring power. The Whalers this was that now team for Hartford, and it was. This is the same year. Don't forget, this is 3 weeks after they were in the Sports Illustrated, talking about, hey, there might be and they showed the Whalers Whalers Calgary matchup and said,
Carolina, watch your mouth.
it was close. It was the red and the C.
Yeah.
They're just saying, and also they moved. They both moved. But anyway, so I mean that is a piece of history in Hartford. That banner raising. The place went nuts. I mean, Ron Francis is out there. Even he's kind of like, and I guess that happened again. Don't forget, next season. The picture we showed was at the home opener. They raised that banner, and unfortunately, it's the only one the Whalers really have, other than the New England Whalers banner that they won in Boston. But yeah, really good pieces of history.
It was, and when you look at the point totals for that hockey club that year, Francis led the team with 75 points overall, 25 goals, 50 assists. Kevin Dineen was second highest with 50 points, 25 and 25. Ray Ferraro tied for second with 21 and 29. And then fourth, as we discussed, a defenseman with 50 points, Dave Babbage, number 44. And he had 14 goals and 36 assists for a defenseman.
Yeah, that's
amazing.
Really good. I mean, we talk about Zarley Zalapsky and all that, and he actually is one of the leaders in defensive points for the Whalers, but that's because he had his best years with the Whalers. But Dave Babbage was probably their best power play point man they ever had, and he went on to play against the Rangers in '94 in the Stanley Cup Finals, making it 7 games. And he was at the Yard Goats game this past summer. He'll be back again, and he was awesome. I don't know if you guys remember this, a long time ago, Dave Babbage got into an altercation against the Buffalo Sabres, and in the scruff and rough, he was on the ice, and his gloves are off, so he's got his hand flat on the ice, and some Buffalo guy steps on his hand. And I was talking to him about that, and he said, oh, yeah, they sprayed that freeze-em stuff in there. And then they say, get back out there. Taped him up. And I mean, they wouldn't do that today. Today, you'd get trauma, you get PTSD, you get all kinds of stuff, and then you get a free contract. So, different. It was a tougher age. So,
absolutely.
What are you going to do? So that's great pieces of history. And like we said, we got the NHL coming up for the playoffs. A lot of talk about the Bruins. I watched the Bruins on Sunday.
Easter
Sunday. The Bruins were on prime time there, so they were right there smack in the middle of the day against the Flyers. The Flyers jump out to a 2-0 lead on a nice goal. Also, they didn't play Tuukka. I guess they're giving him a break. They didn't.
He was back. He was back yesterday.
Yeah. So, but the Flyers ended up winning 4-3 in overtime. But the Bruins tied it up with like 1 or 2 seconds left in the game. I think it was
4 seconds. 4 seconds left. Bergeron scored.
Yeah. So here it is. The Flyers get off to a good lead, and the Bruins don't go away. And they tie it up. So they got, we were talking about that. They got a point.
And that brings us to yesterday's game, where the Bruins traveled down to Tampa Bay, lost 4-0, but also lost one of their defensemen, Brandon Carlo, who's going to be out 3 to 4 months with a fractured ankle.
Wow.
But he is not an offensive threat, and it sounds like he just gets in the way. In his 76 games this year, he has no goals, and he has 6 assists.
Kind of a shot blocker.
So when you look at, he was a shot blocker.
All right.
He's wrecked for 4 months now.
Yeah.
And now, because of yesterday's game, the Bruins and the Lightning are tied at 110 points.
Wow, that's
When you look at where everyone lines up in the Atlantic Division, the Bruins and Lightning are tied for first at 110 points, and really in second, because there is no second. You have Toronto with 103 points, and they've been playing some very good hockey. And then Florida with 90 points.
Wow, yeah.
You go to Metropolitan Division, you have Washington with 103 points. Ovechkin with 46 goals leading the NHL. Pittsburgh and Columbus, the Blue Jackets.
The Blue Jackets are playing much better.
96 points. The other thing you have to look at is with Columbus's win yesterday, they ended up beating, once I find it.
I forgot who they played too.
Winnipeg beat Montreal. I'm trying to find. The Blue Jackets beat the Red Wings, which isn't too hard this year.
No. Yeah,
5-4 in
yeah.
overtime. Red Wings get a point.
Yeah. Right.
And the reason that the Blue Jackets won, they had 4 unanswered goals to win that game.
Yeah, we'll
so
have to
you
see
can't
how
you
they-
can't let the Blue Jackets stick around. The other
Yeah.
team that you can't let stick around will be Toronto. Toronto has a very good club this year.
Right, right. Yeah.
Everyone in Toronto is very excited, which they
Yeah.
should be because
They
it's been
want
a long
second
time.
round. They need to
Yeah.
get to a second round, to feel good. And of course, they want to go further than that. It's interesting to note that the Bruins and the Maple Leafs are the only original 6 teams going to the playoffs. It's a very weird year. No Rangers in the playoffs, no Detroit in the playoffs. They weren't in the playoffs last year, but they had 25 years before that. No Montreal in the playoffs.
And no Chicago.
And no Chicago, which is
First
a
time
bummer
in
for
10 years.
Yeah. And we hope that nothing happens to that coaching staff because of the goalie problems they've had, and plus the cups they've put up. You should give that coaching staff another ride. If next year you're still floundering, then give it time. But I mean, I don't see how you can really start chopping shop when they've had all those. They're putting in the guy who was what was he, equipment manager?
No, he's an accountant during the day,
Yeah,
and he got
yeah.
the win.
Yeah, he made
got
7 saves, but
seven saves on 7 shots.
Yeah, and he'll never forget it.
What bothers me is the people on social media. Oh, they weren't really tough shots. The guy played in the NHL.
Yeah.
You know what?
You do it.
The guy, God forbid, can die tomorrow and say,
Yeah.
"I was an NHL player."
Oh,
You know
totally.
what? None of us are.
Yeah, no. He'll have a stat.
We make it sound good.
He'll have a stat. Yeah.
I worry about the Lightning. They are a very, very good club.
Yeah.
With a lot
If
of
you're
ammo.
right, if you're a Bruin fan, you got to worry about.
Especially Kucherov. Obviously, this year Stamkos is healthy.
Right.
And their goalie who got his I forgot what his shutout was, but guy shut out yesterday. He played. It starts with a V.
Oh, okay,
I forgot to write it down.
Yeah.
But it's that's what I think Tampa Bay can go a distance this year.
Yeah. It's going to be that. You know what? Hey, I'm pulling for Vegas. Let's say I picked them to be dead last, so I might as well pick them to win the cup. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that would be something else. Now,
Unless
that'd be
the
kind of
wheels,
crazy.
unless the
Yeah.
wheels fall off,
Well, yeah.
Las Vegas has 109 points. They're
Wow.
actually the 3rd highest points out of the league.
Isn't that unbelievable?
Nashville,
Everybody's scrap pile.
Nashville leads the league with 113 points.
Wow.
And behind them is 110 with Winnipeg and 98 with Minnesota.
Good job by Winnipeg, I'll tell you. It's
But
about time.
But
Yeah.
that Metropolitan Division,
Yeah.
if I was going to pick a game to watch, it'd be
Yeah.
someone in the Metropolitan Division because you
Yeah.
have Washington, then you have Pittsburgh, Columbus with 96 points, and then you have New Jersey with 95.
Yeah, they're right
And
in
New
the pick,
Jersey
too.
beat the
Rangers 5-2.
Yep,
Yeah.
5-2, and Taylor Hall had 2 goals last night. Taylor Hall has brought a giant spark plug to Devils this year.
Yeah.
You can see it. They came in dead last year.
Yeah.
And the same with Colorado. Colorado's currently in 4th with 93 points in the Central Division.
What a turnaround from last year.
Exactly.
Wow.
So
yeah.
I enjoy seeing. Of course, I root for my team, but it's great to see these teams that are not stuck forever in the basement.
No, this is going to be a different year. Like I said, without having those big clubs in there, it's going to be the NHL's going to be going, geez, who's going to end up in this final? Because
Sure.
it literally could be, it can be a whole range of teams, of course. Toronto having not won since '67.
Oh, wow.
That's now you're talking, half a century. You're looking
Washington.
At,
Every time they get to the playoff threshold,
Yeah.
they trip over the
They cannot
threshold.
get past the second round, and they got the greatest goal scorer in the game today, probably.
We'll call them the A-Rod team.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's a shame too because Holtby is a fantastic goaltender.
Yep.
And they just have not been able to get past the second round. Their glory was beating the Bruins off that cup win in 2012,
Yeah.
and other than that, I mean they've struggled in the playoffs.
And
Mightily.
it is. Washington has a great club. Ovechkin is a heck of a leader on that club. He brings his passion every single night to the rink. I don't want Washington because obviously, they'll be playing someone from the Atlantic Division in the playoffs. But we'll have to see what happens.
Right.
So we have tomorrow night. The Yard Goats open here in Hartford. We should mention that.
Yeah.
We wish Tim Restall, the president of the Yard Goats, best of luck this year.
Yep. Dean Zappalardi too.
Yep, Dean Zappalardi, who is a guest on this show.
Yep. Brought the jerseys, the Whaler jerseys.
Yep,
That was great.
and when we look at trying to go to the game, you can't go to the game. It's sold out.
Sold out.
Opening night is sold out, and I think it was a 23. 23% increase at how fast.
24.
24. Okay.
24, so almost a quarter
Yep.
increase in season tickets,
Yep.
Which is incredible. Now, you think about that. So there's a 25% increase there. UConn hockey has 3,000 season ticket holders. The Whalers had over 8,000 season ticket holders when they left. So where's all this? Hartford doesn't support. Was that all
okay.
that? Because I tell you what, I don't think any other Hockey East team has 3,000 season tickets. I don't know. Most of the arenas aren't even that big.
Right.
And the Yard Goats thing is incredible because it's supposed to take a little bit of a cut this year, and here they are showing an increase. And you know what? They fully admitted that people go to the game and they enjoy the atmosphere.
It is.
It's a type of ball where you don't walk out of there and you're like, who won that?
I
But the point is that you're going to see that, and you never know. Tim Tebow could be coming.
That's right.
To Hartford. Tim Tebow will be playing on the AA Mets team.
Yep.
Which I think is still in Binghamton. I can't remember where they are.
No, I think they're out west.
Yeah, are they out? Oh no, wait, they're in Vegas, right?
Yeah, they wanted to.
No,
bring
that's the AAA team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
All
think
right.
they might still be in Binghamton. I'm not sure, but anyway, they would play the Yard Goats, and seeing Tim Tebow, that'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah, sure. And
Sell some
you're
tickets.
a Yankees fan, and
Yep.
you sometimes get to see some of your Yankee
Yeah,
players. that go
Ellsbury
down
was
for-
there last
yep,
year.
Go down for
Yeah,
rehab.
Yeah. So they're digging the ballpark too. So that's a great thing for the Yard Goats. They got the right colors. Obviously, people are buying into it. I drove by the stadium today, looking good. It had snow on it.
Oh,
Was it yesterday? Jeez. Or 2 days ago, we had
Stupid.
snow on it.
Yeah.
But that melted very quickly. So that's a big thing.
thank
So they're
goodness.
getting underway.
We
And
have
don't
to-
forget, the Whaler weekend for the Yard Goats is the weekend of the July 28th and 27th, your
Yep.
birthday and my birthday.
Yep,
so
exactly.
We'll be around. You'll be around to see this one.
I will be.
Yeah.
I will make sure of it
Yeah,
this
that's
year.
good. That's good.
We have to give a shout out to Michael Patnude
Hey, Mike.
in Rhode Island. Good evening, Michael. Hope
Michael
you're enjoying
Patton.
the show.
Good Whaler fan.
We
Yep.
appreciate everyone tuning in to us.
Yep.
The other thing we have to talk about is April 13th, 1997 was the year our Whalers left
Yep.
the capital city. And the Hartford Whalers Booster Club is doing a faniversary.
They are.
And where's it going to be, Pete?
It's going to be and I'm very happy. It's downtown Hartford at the Arch Street Tavern, which is probably one of the more famous bars, older bars, older building, a lot of history, and it's right next to the Front Street development and downtown and UConn and all that. So that's great. We're going to see if we can get a special guest to come with us. We'll get more on that later.
Yep.
We're going to work on that. But you come down to the Faniversary, and there's usually raffles, giveaway prizes, and everybody shows up and bring your license plates. We're thinking about bring your Whalers license plates, show it off,
Yep.
and everybody gets together and we have a good time. And we talked about this a lot before. We're not big fans on let's remember the last game, how sad that was, but let's remember the Whalers. So I think that's what we do on April 13th because it was the last time that they played in Hartford, and
And it was a win.
yeah, it was a win, and it was an emotional day.
It's kind of like a funeral.
Yeah, a lot of people, yeah.
Some people sit there and dwell on, oh my God, it's such a terrible day. Da, da,
Yeah,
da, da, da.
yeah.
And then other people celebrate the life of the person you're at the funeral for.
Yeah.
Let's celebrate the life of the Whalers,
Yeah.
the history of the Whalers,
Yeah.
which is a great segue
Yeah.
for me to start
Uh-oh.
my opinion.
Oh, no.
And that is the people that sit there and comment on our page.
These views are expressly...
And again, we respect people's opinions.
Yeah, but we got one.
And we do. And I think that some of you that back us and back our cause to bring back the Hartford Whalers, bring back the NHL, make Hartford again a major league city, it's up to you guys now to start stepping up. Peter and I, every once in a while, Peter more so because he's a lot more tactful than I am, will make some comments. But it's up to you guys to defend our cause and what we're doing out there because these people that get on our page, and again, we're not knocking anyone off unless they're using any type of vulgarity or threats or anything like that because we want people to be free to express their opinions because that's what's important.
Yeah.
But you know what? Damn it, stick up for our cause because we've been working at this for 7 years.
Yep.
And we believe in Hartford. We believe in the Whalers. We believe in the NHL. And Hartford has a shot if we can get the XL Center done.
That's true.
If we can't, we will turn off the lights and we will never see you again.
Yeah.
But again, we have hope and we have the glass half full to get out there and continue doing what we're doing.
I mean, even we hear a lot of things. We always say this. We hear a lot of things, and we heard something today And there's no way we could tell if it's true or false or whatever. But you know, there was someone who said that they thought there was some NHL activity downtown today, meaning kind of business guys like lawyers or accountants or that type of stuff. Is it true? We're not 100% sure. I mean, I didn't see anything or hear anything, but you know, if there is something going behind the works, it probably has something to do with the viability of the XL Center, which is really the most important thing for this entire region, whether or not the NHL comes back. Because you know, as we've said 1,000 million times, the building needs to be done no matter what, because you need to make that building competitive with the casinos and all the other things going online. And we're just saying to you guys out there that, you know, we're not asking you to go off on people that have a bad opinion about Hartford, or you hear that, oh, the pipe dream is never going to happen. Those people have no idea what they're talking about. They, you know, even if they're right, which they may be someday, that, you know, we find out like they knocked down the XL Center, then we can say,
I'll be the first.
Hey, you're right.
I'll be the first one to tell
them. But right now, when you
hey,
say,
you know what?
It's a
You were
pipe dream,
right.
because anything you throw at us, we're going to make you look stupid. And so if you want to do that, that's fine. But you guys have heard enough about us. A lot of people are, you know, so negative in the state, and it's not necessarily that we need to beat them down with a stick, but, you know, you got to change their mind around. You know, I have a bad opinion about onions, you know, but it doesn't make my opinion right at all.
Right.
You know? So
before we run out of time, not to cut you off,
no, sure.
run short on time.
Yeah.
Why don't we have Lindsay show some license plates, because
Yeah.
our viewers have sent in pictures of their license plates, and you know what?
Yeah.
As of the other day, 300 license plates
I'm trying to show you some.
have been out there, and it's great because you have Liute and you have some other customized plates that are out there, and it's just outstanding. You know, this is awesome. You know, we're getting these in. That means they're all coming out.
Whaler license plates.
And you know, we thank you for sharing these photos, because Peter and I worked very hard with some other people to get this happening. And now we're starting to see the fruits of our labor coming back.
Yeah.
And
Over 300.
Yeah, over 300, and we can do better. Mine
we
should
will.
be coming within the next 4 to 6 weeks, just
I ordered
like yours.
mine. I ordered 2.
Yep.
1 for each car. And then, you know what, I almost want like another one that you can hang up. And you know, you can go in, we'll put the link on our website, but it's real simple. You go into the link for the DMV, and then you put in what you want on your plate, and it tells you whether or not it's there or not. So you get 3 options. So if something goes wrong, you know, you got a second and third option. So there's no like, oh, sorry, we couldn't get you one. Now, it does take a while. We're hearing from people that it takes about 6 to 8 weeks to get your plate, and that's a bummer. It kind of stinks.
But remember, it's coming from DMV.
Yeah, it's coming from DMV, and we don't know, what, you know, if they're getting from China or where they get these license plates. But
I believe
they look pretty good.
I believe it's Cheshire,
Yeah,
Connecticut.
probably.
Yeah,
maybe, possibly. So, you know, we think they look great. One of the finest things about it, and we didn't have anything to do with this, but they put the Hartford Whalers underneath your individual tag. So, you know, it's great. It says Hartford Whalers. They use the 92 to 97 logo. You know, we wanted them to use the 80 to 91 logo, but
which was the Peter Good
Yeah.
exclusive.
Yeah, this is the one that's on the plate, but
Yep.
you know, but
A little shout out to Peter
yeah.
Good. We will be traveling down to Chester for a Facebook Live, probably in the next couple weeks. We have to definitely. We are going to have to coordinate schedules, obviously, yours, mine, and Peter, because he's still a very busy guy at 75 years old.
Yeah, he is.
So Peter Good invited us down to his shop, which is Cummings and Good in Chester, Connecticut, which is a clothing line. And yes, he does sell a variation of some Whalers apparel.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So we will show you when we do that show.
Yeah.
So we have about a minute
We've got
left.
1 picture left. We've got a
One
picture
picture.
here from Ken Blake.
Yes.
At Murrieta, California, and he's got a picture here of the Whalers cabinet he has, full of all kinds of Whaler good stuff. I'll see if I can get a shot for you guys here on this page. But in his cabinet, you can check it out on our page. We'll post it. He's got a ton of Whaler stuff inside his cabinet. He's all the way from California. Ken Blake. Thanks,
How
Ken.
are ya? Thank you
Appreciate
very
you letting
much.
us use your picture.
Yes.
Go Whale.
That's right. We're all in this together.
Yep.
So when we tell you, if you don't agree with what we're doing, first of all, don't follow us.
Yeah.
Second of all, you can shut
your
your
blowhole.
blowhole. We're One Nation Under Green. We are the Whaler guys. You guys are the brigade. You have a safe night, and we will see you next week on the Whaler guys.
All right.
Good night.